Breaker 19, mic check.
Hey Kurt, how are you, man?
What's up, JW?
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, John. Great racing last weekend, man.
Thanks, you too. I felt like we were in the sim all over again. And
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. This is Steve Focacci. You are watching practice for the Vintage Racer Group Virtual Racer League race at Lime Rock Park. This is our penultimate round of the championship. Currently you're watching Stefan Vappa make his way around the circuit. We are underway of a 30-minute practice, which will be followed by a 15-minute qualifying session. Then we'll have two 25-minute sprint races. I'm going to go silent for a little bit, let you guys watch some practice, and I'll be back just before practice. Sorry, just before qualifying. Hello everyone, welcome to the Virtual Racing League Vintage Racer Group event at Lime Rock Park. This is our penultimate event of the schedule. You're watching our 30-minute practice session. In about 12 minutes we'll start with qualifying. Currently we have about 15 cars on the grid. I expect a few more stragglers just before qualifying starts. But a pretty good size. This is a fairly small track, and these are pretty fast cars, so there'll be some good action tonight. I'll be back in about 10 minutes to analyze our qualifying session, and I think it's just gonna be me tonight, but I'll do my best to keep you entertained. See you in a bit. Hi everyone, Steve Fakachi. You're watching a Lime Rock Park race in the Audi GTO 90. We are the Virtual Racer League, and this is an event put on by the Vintage Racer Group. It is presented by the Office Service Company. Please visit Office Supply for all of your office supply needs. Actually, it's the website is officeservicecompany.com. Sorry about that. Season's almost over. You'd think I'd get it by now. Also, if you have any questions or comments or drivers you want us to follow, put a message in the comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Pretty sure I'll be able to see it and either answer your question or maybe adjust the broadcast a little bit. So that's the end of our 30-minute practice session. We're about to start a 15-minute qualifier. We're up to 17 cars, I think. Yeah, 17 cars in this group today. A little bit bigger than we've had the past few races. We're on the smallest track we race, so it should be a good event. A lot of excitement. I'm going to jump on board here with Jeff Underwood as he does a lap. Heading down the front stretch, turn 1 and turn 2. This U-turn is called Big Bend. Now he's headed towards the left-hander. This little section is going to be considered the S's. This right-hander's turn 4, also called the right-hander. He's headed down No Name Straight. Turn 5 is called the uphill. You can see why. This little short chute's considered the back straight. Turn 6 called West Bend. And lastly, turn 7, the downhill. Quick lap takes about 50 seconds, depending who's driving. Currently on top we have Reed Shannerbrook, followed by Stefan Vappa. Right now we're following on John Wood and his familiar BMW livery at this point. You see Carlos Bob's navigating the slowest part of the circuit. It looks like Stefan Vappa has stolen the top spot away. Just breaking into the 49s, 49.9. Wiley Cox currently occupying our 9th spot. Was 7th, but two drivers quickly dropped him down a little. Here he is headed down the front stretch, see if he can improve. And he does. He goes from a 51, I think he was at a 51.2. Now he's down at a 51 flat. Picked up to the 6th spot. Yeah, Reed Shannabrook runs another low 50. Not good enough for pole. It's going to keep him in 2nd. Michael Kelly jumping up into 3rd. Oh, looks like he's going to exit back to the pit. Ian Wisman does a little jump. Holding down the 5th spot right now. .156 miles an hour before he gets on the brakes for turn 1. Looking like a good lap from Ian. Use it up all the road, then some. Always a little shallow entering the final corner. That's not going to help. It's Mac McCormick. He's got a familiar livery. Looks like he's running the same one as Ian. Different color wheel. Jim Graziano. Jim's sitting in a 13th spot right now. Definitely looking to move up from that spot. Darren Treacle sitting in the 4th spot. He's a couple hundredths off of Underwood's time. Less than a half a second away from pole. Darren typically picks up pace as the event goes on. So this is far from his final form. Oh, he's off track. That lap's not going to count. This is John Clerk, currently in the 9th spot. Let's ride along with him. About 4 minutes left in this practice session. Bob Lang. In the 12th spot right now. 51 flat. Yeah, a neat feature of the circuit is turn 4. I think it's turn 4. You end up with a little jump in the faster cars, and these cars seem to get all 4 tires off the ground. I feel most of the drivers are probably pretty confident at this point and no issues flying the car, but you know, if you have to go through there side by side, you may be steering or braking, or, you know, just doing things you're not used to, so that could be a point of interest when the race time comes, especially those first few laps when all the cars are congested. Definitely something the leaders will have to pay attention to if they come across lap cars, and when we have such a short lap time as we do, they're definitely going to be catching the back of the field. Carlos Bonds sitting in the 11th spot right now. 50.9. Less than 2 minutes left. Mac looks like maybe he's cooling his tires for one last charge. Looking good, nice and clean lap. Oh, late entry into the last corner, that's gonna hurt. Keeps it off the grass. Oh, that's the end of qualifying. Alright, we're just waiting to get gridded up here. So our drivers are waiting to get gridded up. They're going to have one pace lap. Then we're going to be green for a 25-minute sprint race. Race 2 is going to have a inverse order of the top 10. So if you're not having a great day, that 9th and 10th spot are kind of coveted. They'll put you on the front row for race 2. Just waiting for everybody to join up. Okay, our grid's rolling off. So on the front row, starting pole, we have Stefan Vappa. Outside, we have Reed Shannabrook. Row 2, we have Jeff Underwood and Darren Treacle. Row 3, we have Michael Kelly and Ian Wisbin. Row 4, Wiley Cox and Jim Graziano. Row 5, John Clerk and Dave Curtis. Row 6, Carlos Bonds and Bob Lang. And in our last row, we have Jim Karamatis and Ralph Padgington. Oh, did we lose a few? Oh, we got a few more. In the second last row, we have John Wood and Kurt Uzbay. And in the last row, we have Mac McCormick. I'm going to jump to our race info real quick. Yeah, it looks like our season's been pretty consistent. It looks like the track temperature is about 115 degrees. I mentioned before, that's on the hotter side. The cars will slide around a little bit, but nothing these guys aren't used to at this point. And we're in the final corner. Pace car's pulling in. And they're accelerating, waiting for the green. And we're green. Looks like Bob Lang's making some moves in the back there. Stefan Vappa's holding the inside pretty tight. Darren's looking for a way through. Up a little bit of smoke, everything's clean. Reed Shannabrook goes to the lead with the inside. I think Stefan may have left the door open a little bit. Far from single file. Oh, a little bit of action in the back there. We'll catch up with that in a minute. Looks like maybe that was John Wood and Michael Kelly. And to lead the first lap, looks like it's going to be Reed Shannabrook, followed closely by Stefan Vappa and Darren Treacle, and Jeff Underwood filling out our top 4. Alright, I'm going to jump back to the replay real quick, see what happened on lap 1. It's like Jim Graziano had an issue. Oh, cars were sliding all over before he got there, not really his fault. Oof. Let's see, so that's not great for him. Yeah, I'm not really sure where the incident started. It looked like it started up front. Oh, here. Let's see, it looks like it started maybe with Bob Lang. Oh, a couple cars got together. I think just too many cars and too little space. Let's jump back live. Some battles all over the track right now. Carlos Bond's pretty close to Kurt Uzbay, looking for a way around, and he is. He's to the outside. Bit of a power move going around the outside in the final corner, going into turn 1. Yeah, he's gonna pull it off. A little bit wide. Nope. Kurt's back in there, side by side through 1 and 2. Now they're through 3. Oops. Looks like Carl's going to complete it right there. Ralph Padgington right behind, waiting to capitalize. Oops. Steffen's up at the front, is close again to Reed. Oops, Steffen got a little too close, so he took a bit of a maneuver, so he didn't get into the back of Reed, lost a little bit of time. Oops, side by side to 1, that's Mac McCormick, looking for a way around Michael Kelly. She might have jumped that in late, might have been the other way around. Might have been Michael Kelly going around Mike McCormick. Let's see if we get any other action. Third place, Darren Treacle. Got Jeff Underwood right behind him. This is looking off Darren's gearbox. You can hear the RPMs climb as Darren crests the hill, tires coming off the ground. You can see the air underneath Jeff's car when he goes through the same part. We're going to sit here a bit. This is our closest battle on track right now. About as close as Jeff's been. About a quarter of a second, he's going to follow Darren through turn 1. Oh, we got another. Let's see here. We've got a couple things going on here. Steffen got a little bit closer to Reed, but we have a 3-car battle here. It looks like Kurt Uzbay, Wiley Cox, and Dave Curtis. This is a battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Dave Curtis has a bit of a faster lap time so far than these other guys, so that was a great shot. You could see him get the air up from underneath the tires. Yeah, I'm gonna jump. Looks like Steffen's all over the back of Reed. I think he might have had her hold there. Reed a bit off the apex on that corner. Last time by, these guys turned some of their fastest laps of the race. near their qualifying times. Oop, this battle back here for 7th, 8th, and 9th is heating up. Yeah, I'm noticing that we're in a 12-lap format. I guess it's 12 laps or 25 minutes, whichever comes first. And at a little circuit like this, it's going to be 12 laps. So the race can be quick. Oh, Wiley Cox gets to the inside of Kurt. Carlos wants to follow, but there's nowhere to go. Let's see, let's back up there. Oops. Dave Curtis is now along the inside. Then a back out going to turn 1. You can see Wiley Cox already starting to pull away. Dave's got some damage up in the front. I wonder if that was from lap 1 when we had that excitement. I see Michael Kelly lurking in the back. He's lapping a little bit faster than these guys, so he'll be joining this battle soon. Oh, Dave Curtis gets by. Probably a little help from Kurt. It's a tough spot to pass without some cooperation. That's done. We're going to jump back up front as I see Stefan's caught back up to Reed. As he knows, the laps are counting down. This is lap 10 of 12 already. Stefan sure making tough time during under braking. Oh, he's close now. Doesn't quite have the run that Reed does, but he's close. I mean, if he wants to stick his nose in, do a little bit of late brake maneuver, he's going for it. Nope. Backs out at the last minute. Jump on Stefan's nose here. Oh! Or inside Reed's car, as the case may be. There's lap 11 of 12. Run it at a time if he's going to try to make this move. Oh, we got lap traffic, and you can see the white flag's out. If Stefan's going to want to get around it, he's have to be a little bit of a bully. Reed's not making any mistakes, that's for sure. Yeah, one corner left. Doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to get the job done. Oh, wrecking of lap car's wrecking in front of them. It's enough for Stefan to get alongside, but not make the move. And we have Darren Treacle in third, Jeff Underwood in fourth. John Clerk and Carlos Bond super close for fifth and sixth. Then we have Wiley Cox and Dave Curtis. Close battle for Kurt Uzbay and Michael Kelly for that. Which position is that? That's 9 and 10. Mac McCormick picking up 6 spots on the day. No, our last car on the track is Ralph Padgington. Behind there's John Wood. I think he's a few laps down as he had some issues. Yep. All right, let's see if I can So you bring up some results. No, the results don't want to come up. But it was Reed Shannabrook followed by Stefan Vappa, Darren Treacle, Jeff Underwood. And they took it away. And they took my timing away from me. That's okay. This guy's going to be jumping on the grid. And as I said, we're going to have a reverse order of our last race. And that means that the car that finished first is going to start 10th. The car that finished 10th is going to start first. And everything in between will also be mixed. So it should be exciting. It's a it's a tight track, as you saw, and we have not a lot of time to really get the job done if we're only going to be running 12 laps. So this will be over before you know it. So if you did finish well last race, you really gotta get a move on if you want to get through this field. Okay, and they're off. Bring up our starting grid. So front row we have Michael Kelly, Kurt Oozbay, followed by Dave Curtis and Wiley Cox. Row 3, Carlos Bonds and John Clerk. Row 5, Jeff Underwood, Darren Treacle. Starting 9th and 10th, we have race winner Reed Shannabrook and Stefan Vappa. Then we have Mac McCormick and Ralph Patchington. Jim Caraman is Jim Graziano. In the second last row, we have Bob Lang and John Wood. And starting last, we have Ian Wisman. Seems Kurt's done well lately to find himself starting on the front row of many of these second races. Does well, hangs on for quite a while. I believe he's translated into a few good finishes for himself. So here we are, last quarter. Pace car's going to be pulling in for our second race. This is going to be 12 laps. And we have some fast cars starting in the middle to the rear of the pack. This will be exciting. And the green is out. Oh, Louis 3 wide into turn 1. This car's fanned out everywhere. So far, everyone's doing a good job. Looks like Michael Kelly got through and Dave Curtis got great starts. I see some cars in the grass in the back. Reed Shannabrook's already up 5 spots. Oh, I see Stefan Vappa pointing the wrong way. Oh, Michael Kelly. Whoa, here they all come. Yeah, when this settles down, we'll jump back to that first lap action, see what happened there. Right now we have a great train of cars. Oh, we got some defensive moves and cars making passes into one. Oh, and he goes wide. That was Wiley Cox was to the inside, didn't get it slowed down. He's hanging around the outside of the corner there. I think he's happy to not be on the grass. Oh, Kurt Oozbay is off, and we have a spinner. I think that's Dave Curtis, maybe. Yeah, that's Dave Curtis. Oh, another car on the wall. Is that Carlos Bonds, maybe? Or maybe just in the grass? Oop, Darren Treacle looking to make his way through this field. Looks like Ian Wisman might have grabbed the tire on the outside and put it in the dirt. Yep, you see him in the grass there. construction all over. It's a little tough to find a good spot to follow, but got a cluster of 5 cars here. I think we're going to stick here for a minute. Yeah, we'll jump up. It looks like Reed Shadowbrook might be running down Michael Kelly for the lead, so if he gets close, we're going to jump over there. Yep, we're going to have to go there now. Let's jump along Reed's car. Oh, Michael Kelly makes a little mistake. Fortunately, he's in a spot where it's hard to capitalize. Oh, Reed's going to be on the... He's going to have the preferred spot here going down the straightaway. Yeah, and he slides in front just going over the hill. And that's it. Reed Shadowbrook's in the lead. Yep, so right now Carlos Bonds is in third. He's got Darren Treacle. Looks like Darren Treacle might be a little bit faster than Carlos right now at the moment. What we'll do is we'll ride along the back bumper of Carlos and see how this goes. Oh yeah, Darren's there now. Oh, Darren's going. He's making the same move that Reed Shadowbrook tried to make, and Carlos makes it easy for him. I think most people don't like to go side by side through that corner. Don't want to throw away a possible good finishing position. Here we have a cluster of there's Kurt Uzbay, Wiley Cox, and Jim Karamanis. Looks like Kurt's going defensive. Oof, Wiley Cox is close. Oh, some bumping, some banging. It's going to happen there in the S's. I think I see Stefan Vappel lurking back there, so he'll probably grab a few spots before this is over. Races, we're on lap 6 of 12, so the race is about half over. I'm going to jump back now to the start before we lose it and see what happened to Stefan, because I think he was the first one I saw. Oh, looks like the blue car, maybe Bob Lang might have got a piece of him. Oh, we're looking at Darren even though I'm supposed to be following Stefan. Let's jump back and do that one more time. So Stefan in the yellow car, our championship leader. Oh yeah, you can see his car get lifted up. He definitely got some help around. Oh. And then he picked up some damage along the way. Let's see, we have a few other issues. Let's see, we have a little cluster. This was Stefan and John Wood. Oh, yep, they touched. I think Stefan might have been a little bit aggressive there. Then we had an issue with John Clerk. Oh, similar spot. Oh, I think it was just a part of the aftermath of the first issue. Yep, there he goes. Okay, let's jump back live. So this battle right here, Kurt Uzbay and Wiley Cox. These guys are starting lap 9 of 12. Oh wait, looks like up front. Oh, Darren Treacle's caught Michael Kelly for second place. Yeah, Darren Treacle ran a 50 flat. Yeah, that's the fastest lap of the race. And Michael Kelly is at the higher 50, so he's 3/4 of a second a lap. Oh, Darren sticks his nose in. Looks like Michael left in the room, and they're going to drag race down to turn 1. Darren's not quite there yet. Yeah, Michael Kelly leaves him the inside. Yep, side by side through 3. Is allowing Carlos Bonds to catch back up. Ride along and see his point of view. It looks like Michael Kelly might have got a little wide. Darren's all over him again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely put some tires in the grass. They're going to go side by side to one. This time Darren's on the outside and Michael Kelly's on the inside. Oh, they get a little close. Darren's still hanging out there. No. Michael, oh! I don't know if Michael Kelly closed the door or pushed him off the track. Or either way, it was close, and Darren ended up in the grass, and Carlos got by Darren. We're on a lap 11 of 12, so about a lap and a half to go. Oop. Carlos made a little mistake. Darren got by. Nope, Carlos coming back on the inside. And they're going to be side by side in the final corner. That was great racing. Oh, and I think they touch again. Darren's not having great luck in that corner today. Oh, and they touch. And that's going to be that for that battle. A little cluster of 4 cars here. Jim Caramash just got by Kurt Uzbek. Looks like Jeff Underwood maybe took an evasive move to avoid a slower car and put himself in the grass. Let's just jump to the leader as he comes across the start finish line. So congrats to Reed. Second win of the night. Then we have Michael Kelly out of the final corner, followed by Carlos Bonds and Darren Treacle. We have Wiley Cox in the final corner. And then we have that battle with Jim Karamanis, Kurt Uzbek, Bob Lang, and Jeff Underwood. And there's Stefan Vappel in 10th. John Clerk, 11th. Jim Graziano in 12th. Mac McCormick going to make his way around the final corner. And then Dave Curtis. I think Dave Curtis might be a lap short. All right. Let's see. We get some race results. Okay, we get race results for this. So yeah, Reed Shannabrook put about 8 seconds on the field. Got through it super quick. You know, I wonder if there's a way I could jump back and see if we could watch his first lap. That might be interesting. Here, you know, we're going to jump to the green flag. Just bear with me. I'm going to pause it. We're going to jump aboard Reed. Go in his roll bar and see how he gets through the field. So he's got 2 before turn 1. 3. So they get, nope, none yet. On the inside, I'll probably get car 4. That's 4 cars before he even gets to the hill. Yeah, so just efficiently, not too wild or anything. Just cut his way through the field where the opportunities rose. All right, let's take a quick little break. I'm going to grab a couple guys, bring them in the booth, and we'll do some interviews. Stefan Vappa. Can you hear me? Oh, he cannot hear me. I am on push to talk. Stefan Vappa.
Hey.
Not the best races for you this week?
I don't know. Race 1 went just fine. I just blew the start a little bit, got a little fat-fingered with the shifting, and kind of laid it back and decided to wait and see if I could make something happen rather than push the issue into turn 1. But Reed was right on it. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't leave me any gaps. I had pace. But
Yeah, that's what I saw. It looked like you were a little bit faster, but we're being patient. And then I don't know if you realized, but how short the race was going to be, because it definitely looked like maybe you increased the intensity the last few laps.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was. He wasn't making any mistakes, so I backed off a little bit to see if I could lull him into a sense of security.
Yeah.
And then came slamming back up to him again. Then I started showing him that I was there entering turn 1, and that didn't shake him. He just, I did what I could, but he just didn't make any mistakes or leave me any gaps that I could fit through.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times coming on to No Name Straight that I thought I might be able to get a nose in, but it would have been pushing it too much, I think.
Yeah.
Would have been a little too aggressive.
Okay. Well,
And yeah, race 2 was over in turn 2.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just done with people.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were able to make much gains. I was expecting you to. I mean, at one point I looked and you were in like 10th. You had a couple cars in front of you. Race was about half over. I was like, all right, it looks like you make some moves, and you finished. Or I think you finished 9th or 10th, so you didn't really get anywhere.
No, I made it up to. I don't know, 8th or 7th or something, but then Jeff was making his way back through the field as well, and at that point I'm behind. He's got pace and he's not leaving any holes.
Yeah.
But we got some lap traffic, and that was going to work out just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Mr. The chairman of the club here just decided he didn't like me in front of him. He was clearly done with people too. So it's Lime Rock, and we sort of all knew what to expect coming here. But I still had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations on one good finish anyway.
Yeah.
Reed, you had 2 good races. Couldn't really go much better. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, it was just can you guys hear me? I'm on my phone. I haven't done this before.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was a fun race. The first one was Stefan. I think he just dove a little too deep into the first turn. And I missed a couple shifts, and I thought he was going to get me, but it's so hard to pass at Lime Rock, especially in these big cars. And second race, I was being aggressive, but not trying to push too hard to get up to the front. I wasn't sure how long it would take to push through, and a couple people went off track and made it a little bit easier. But yeah, it was fun racing with you guys again.
So race one, you're saying the race was won on turn one of lap one?
You could say I lost it in turn one of lap one. He's absolutely right. I braked a little late.
Yeah.
I actually broke too hard and got lock up, and then had to release the brakes to get the front end to come back. But at that point, I'm offline, and he was able to take the line that I emptied.
If you've ever run official races here, you've actually seen several people who kind of are up front. They just put one tire off in turn one or two, and then that's it. They're in the back of the pack. So, you do need to be a bit cautious in turn one and two, especially on cold tires.
Yeah, I've actually, looking at my statistics the other day for iRacing, I've run more races at Lime Rock than any other track in the history of iRacing for me. So.
It's it's a free one, right? So initially you do run quite a bit here, and then it being part of our regular schedule, it seems like we come here quite often.
Yeah, and it's always the shortest races, so you can get the most in.
And then Reed, we followed your race two first couple laps on board after the race to see how you made your way through. I was expecting some daring moves, but it really wasn't. I mean, you just kind of efficiently worked your way through and drove through the holes as they presented themselves.
Yeah, I was just, sitting on people, and I noticed from practice that you just get a little bit of a run on people, and you get the power down, and the car takes off, and you can get a good run, especially if people are too wide early in the race. So yeah, it went relatively smoothly. I could not believe that when I saw that we were going to do an inverted race, I'm like, oh boy! But I got getting a 0x out of that was pretty pleasing.
I mean, honestly, watching it, I don't think it was any less clean than race one. I mean, everybody kind of got through it. We had a few incidents, but all in all, there were minor mistakes, and most people were well behaved.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it went really well. Obviously, a couple little things I saw in front of me, but these cars are really hard to drive. I'd done the practice race, and I was like, oh boy, these cars are a handful. So I practiced a little bit this weekend and was able to get a little bit more consistent, and wasn't really able to get much faster, but definitely more consistent in the car.
Yeah, you definitely did a great job, and couldn't see any mistakes from the booth anyway. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's move on to Darren Treacle. Darren, you had two good finishes both races. Little bit of pushing around, I guess you'd say, in both races. But you were able to keep it on the track and get the finishes you needed.
Barely. I was barely able to keep it in the track on the in the second race.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what do you expect? With I don't really practice, so at least not with this car anyway.
Yeah. Maybe you should work on that.
I'm going to put it on record. I think I actually like the what's that little car?
The Super V? Super V, is that what it's called?
No, the one that we did, the little Formula car that we did that Stefan liked so much.
Oh, the US. The Skippy or the US 2000?
Yeah, the Skippy. I can't even remember what it's called. I like it so much. I think I actually like that car better than this car, and that's weird because I'm putting it on record.
Well, good news. Only one more race, right? I think we're going to Laguna Seca next week, and then Jim's going to surprise us with something new.
Oh, it's going to be a surprise.
So, speaking of Jim, how'd your race go, and any news on what we're doing next season?
Let's see. How'd my race go? Stefan was kind of right. I kind of had it. My buddies punted me in the first race, which is kind of funny, actually. I got punted twice pretty hard in the first race. And in the second race, I said, oh, the heck with it. And I kind of went for it, and I had my elbows out. Sorry about that, Stefan. I'll have to watch the replay and see how bad I got you. But I thought maybe I had gotten it.
It's all in good fun.
I went backwards in race one, and I went very much forwards in race two. So I had a good time. I had a lot of fun racing with these guys. So, Wiley and Kurt had a great battle. I was in the mix of them all race too, and it was tons of fun. As for next season, I'm kind of holding that close right now, so everyone's
Okay.
just gonna have to sit and wait. But
You're accepting donations for maybe to sway your opinion?
you know, I'm always willing to listen to bourbon and rum or good candidates. But anyhow, no, we're definitely gonna jump into a different car. These have been very raceable, a ton of fun.
Yep.
But it's been a long season, and everyone has made it clear that they're ready for a change. So I'm going to throw a curveball, and hopefully everyone finds that exciting.
All right, great.
News to come soon.
All right. Let's see. Moving on. Michael Kelly, you had 2 good finishes, I believe. Yeah, 2 good finishes, right?
Well, the first race was a victim of a early lap incident, but I got back with it and finished 10th, which is right where I wanted to be.
Right.
I knew it, I was racing Kurt and deciding whether or not I really wanted to push for 9th, because knowing that the field inverts, I wanted to be first because I didn't want to get taken out again. So I put my head down in race 2 and just went for it. What's Reed?
Yeah, in the orange car?
Race. Yeah. Super quick. He got me, and then I was happy to stay second. I try to keep it on track in front of Darren, who used some argy-bargy a little bit, but it was all good. It was good fun.
Yeah, I think the 2 cars, maybe it was Darren and Carlos, caught you at the very end, and it looked like they were going to get you, but then, just racing happened, and you guys spread back out again, so you were able to hang out to second. All right, let's see who else we got here. Let's move to Ian. I don't want to sound like I don't like you, but I really don't think we got much of you today. There was so much going on up and down pit lane, and I know that I saw you started. You started last, I think, in the second race. So your first race obviously didn't go well. I want to say your first race probably didn't go too well either.
I started 6th in the first race, and I got caught up in the little cluster there just before in the uphill.
Yeah.
And, I went back to the pits, I guess, had a bit of a race, watched John Wood go off, and then I did the same thing at the bottom of the hill. So then I just parked it in the pit lane and watched Stefan chase Reed around in the first race. And then second race, started last, got up to 10th.
Yeah.
Don't remember what happened there.
I think you put a tire off in the last corner. I do remember seeing that. Last corner, you got the rear tire in the grass just a little bit, and that was enough.
It was. I haven't been in the driver's seat for a little bit, and I was, first race on the new wheel and getting used to things. Not making excuses.
Yep.
I had a good time, but hey, it is what it is. Live to fight another day.
This is the wheel that you've been showing us on the Discord?
Yes, it is. It's 95% complete, but it's entirely functional insofar as being able to turn left and right.
Great.
And the lights light up, so I'm happy with it.
Awesome. So I do want to mention that we had a lot of action up and down the field, and I don't think we ever had any slow moments. So there's probably a good chance that we missed a lot, just the fact that we were able to cover a lot. So if we didn't get to show you too much of it today, I'm going to apologize for that and say sorry.
That's all right. We'll do it again next week.
And last one in the booth here, we have Wiley Cox. Well, you seem to run, I don't know, top 5-ish, I would say, both races. Probably a good day.
Yeah. I was caught out a little bit in the first race. The track conditions seemed way different than qualifying, so I ended up going off the first corner, like a bunch of
Yeah,
cars. And
saw
then
that.
it kind of pulled it back together. Race 1, nothing too crazy for me. Race 2, I am still sweating. I was stuck between Jim and Dave and Kurt, and I could not get around Kurt until like the second of the last lap. His car was like 18 feet wide. But stayed patient and eventually found a way to squeak past and pick up another spot. And I was hoping to catch Darren, but I just ran out of time. So second race, real exciting. Glad I avoided the other incidents that were out there.
Yeah, I feel like we followed you a bit behind Kurt, and Kurt wasn't. While you may have been faster than him, he wasn't making any mistakes, and he was, hitting the apex every time, which makes it really tough to get around.
Especially in these cars that take off out of the corners, like crazy. Yeah, I couldn't get a run on him for a while, and folks. Jim was coming up behind me at one point, I think, and trying to put some pressure on me from behind. So yeah, I got very sweaty pretty quick. But yeah, it was a really good time.
Good.
Really
Well,
good time.
congratulations on 2 good races.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think we got everybody as we picked on before. Next week we'll be at Laguna Seca. So we just want to thank everyone for a good show, and thank everybody at home who's watching.
Yeah, thanks for doing what you do, Steve. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Thank you
problem.
very much, Steve.
Yeah, you just gotta bear with me as I often forget and leave it on replay, and probably some other stuff that maybe people don't notice.
You're doing great.
Thank you. So that's it. We'll see everybody next week. And like I said, we'll be at Laguna Seca, so it'll be our final race. We're not getting the championship points, but I imagine Stefan's probably got a bit of a jump on everybody, so he'll be...
I was just looking at it. Stefan is 100 points ahead of Mike Kelly, but Mike, Darren, myself, and a few others are all really tight. So it's like 2nd through 6, I think, are all up for grabs next week.
Great. So I think Laguna Seca is much like this track where it's not easy to pass. Everybody sticks to their line, but I think Laguna Seca is more of the track that'll reach out and grab you and just, you can eliminate yourself very easily there.
Absolutely.
So anyway, thanks guys, and thanks everyone at home, and we'll see everybody next week.